𝐜𝐡𝐚𝐧𝐧𝐞𝐥
Today, my friends, we are talking about one of my most hype anime of the season. In my status as an assassin, obviously exceeds the hero. And what I thought this show exceeded was the pacing. The pacing was weird. Okay, I have a lot of stuff to say, but let me just start with saying this. You cannot take away from this show, no matter what. The studio behind this one is Studio Sunrise. They absolutely nailed the animation. And if you're not familiar with Studio Sunrise, they're the ones who back in the day, you know, 10, 15 years ago, they did 𝐒𝐡𝐚𝐧𝐬𝐭, which is one of the most beautifully animated shows to this day. And they're knocking this one out the park. It has this like shiny aesthetic to it, but it is just a beautiful, beautiful show. But is it beautiful and boring? That's the question. And like I said, this was one of my most anticipated shows of the season. And what I've been finding in fall anime so far is my most anticipated ones have been kind of letting me down. I don't think I was let down, but I can't say that I was blown away or that my expectations were like, oh my God, this was so good. Like, I just didn't feel that way by the end of the episode. Now, what's going on, guys? I'm Dom from the Otaku Room, and sometimes a little harsh on anime, and sometimes I overly praise and overly glaze anime. At the end of the day, all I do is simply share my opinion, and sometimes that's going to align with you, and sometimes that's not. I definitely want to hear your opinion about this episode in the comments below, and I want to hear about your pacing, or I want to hear about your thoughts on pacing, because I felt like the pacing was so odd. It moved so quick. One of the things I ran to, and one of the most unfortunate things to happen in anime is Crunchyroll. Two things that happened recently. One, Crunchyroll has now used a new company in Israel that uses AI to do subtitling. So it's basically taking money out of hardworking people who worked as subtitles, and it's using an AI company. That's unfortunate. And the second unfortunate thing to happen in anime is Crunchyroll has a monopoly on anime, but they also have removed the comment section. So I wanted to go find out right before I clicked record on this video. I was like, what are people saying? So I took to one of the flag water threading websites, and I found out that people thought this was peak and they loved the animation. I thought this was crazy good. And I was really surprised at nobody talking about it feeling rushed. Nobody talking about the pacing of being odd. Within the first 5 minutes of the episode, we were in the throne room of the show, and the king was talking to the students about, you know, hey, you're gonna go and defeat the demon lord, and none of the students questioned him. The chairs that they were sitting in didn't get isekai'd with them. Weird. They just kind of went with the punches. Our character, Akira, he uses a concealment magic because he's an assassin. And as everybody was going through their status screens, he noticed that, hey, his concealment is at the max. So he noticed that his stats were higher than the heroes. So that was his first clue. It's like, hey, something's a little funky here. But isn't the whole situation funky? They get isekai, they get summoned to this other world, and nobody says why or how or where are we. The king just says, thank you, heroes. You're going to defeat the demon king. Everyone goes, yeah, let me go touch the magic ball. It's like, that is weird and unrealistic. And everybody goes through it. Then we have him questioning everything, which rightly so. Seems like he might be the only one with, like, I don't know, his head on straight a little bit. But, you know, he questions it. He conceals himself. And then just, I get he was a background character, but at the end of the day, you have 30 students in the class. Yes, you might be a background character, but everybody sees the black-haired random kid in the middle of the class. Like, people see him, they're going to go like, hey, where's the weird kid? Nobody questions. He just disappears for like a month. He randomly just knows how to use all of his powers, right? He's like, oh, wow. OP, otherworld athleticism. It's like, no shit. But at the same time, like, how did he learn how to access any of those powers? So he's just bouncing around from the top of the towers already. So I just feel like we missed so much. And maybe it was written to be really quick as well. I don't know. I haven't read the source material. But maybe maybe the light novel also was the same read, but it felt like we moved so fast that I felt like we missed him training. We missed him figuring out how to access his powers, how to access his skills. He just started climbing roofs and ended up behind the king. Like, oh, should I kill him? It was like, oh man, that's not good, right? It's not good writing. I don't know. Then a whole month goes by. He makes friends with one of the knights there. One of the knights apparently has a problem with the way the current king or the current regime is and wants to do a coup d'etat, and he becomes besties with him. And obviously this guy that he's besties with, he obviously is going to die. You can just see the writing on the wall. And if I ruin that for you, maybe you don't have the same eye that I have for anime, but you can tell this dude's going to die. When? I don't know, but he's definitely going to die. Maybe in this dungeon that they're in. And then he trains for a month with him, and then he does the thing in the dungeon, which is a shadow power, and that's what they end the episode on. And apparently, the hero kid was, I guess he got cursed or something because the princess seems cuckoo. And yeah, I don't know. It felt rushed. The pacing was off. I was trying to hold on. I was really locked in too, to be clear. I was super locked in, and I was like, what am I missing here? Like, when did the princess do the thing? She gave the hero this little ball, in which made the goblins turn into minotaurs. And like, is she trying to kill the hero? Is she trying to manipulate the heroes? I don't know. Now, the thing that people are going to do, and hopefully you don't do this, is a similar thing with soul leveling, which is, and Demon Slayer too, is sometimes people omit or don't necessarily see bad pacing, bad writing, bad storytelling because anime beautiful. Anime look nice. Anime nice to look at. And that may be what comes here as well too. Now, I don't think this is a bad show, but I don't think it's peak. I don't think I think it's just off of episode 1, it's weird. I just feel like we jumped to episode 4, but we started on episode 1, if that makes sense. And I'm not going to let that go. Now, like I said, I think the show has really great animation, and I think the assassin being stronger than a hero, I think that's unique. My worry is the depth of the writing, and I don't know what the purpose really is. I guess is to figure out the wickedness going on within this kingdom, and who's the demon lord, and maybe demon lord not bad, maybe other races not bad. I don't know. There's potential here, but most of that's going to come from the sound, which I think is really good. Sound is good. Voice acting is good. Sound design's good. And the visuals are top tier, 10 out of 10. The writing and the pacing, like a 5 out of 10. So I think I'm going to land on a 6 out of 10 for the first episode. That might seem kind of harsh, but I have to judge it not off of what I can just see visually. I have to judge it by like depth and pacing. And at the end of the day, who is Akira really? You know, he's a weird kid. We know that he's always been not avoided, but never really been recognized, right? In one of the moments, he's like, oh, I've never been praised before. It's like, okay, but who is he really? We just kind of really jumped forward. And I don't know. I gotta be real. I'm a little disappointed because this was literally the one anime I was most excited to watch this season, and it just didn't deliver on episode 1 like I thought it was going to. Maybe I'm wrong. Let me know in the comments, my friends. 6 out of 10 for the first episode. It could only get better from here. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'll see you guys next week. Peace.